Hello and welcome to the Daily Debate Live Wednesday with Taghreed Hussein here on Nile TV International. Tonight we'll be tackling more about the Russia-Africa Summit, the growing ties together. No doubt that it is important for Africa to be united and also collaborate in order to bring a positive transformation to the whole continent. This is definitely very significant for Africa to solve her problems. And because challenges are there are also hope, there are also opportunities that are sitting side by side at the continent. The African leaders are cooperating in order to unlock those opportunities, filling up the challenges and achieving the development agenda for Africa. After all those challenges that they face, the African leaders are collaborating in order to initiate the development of the continent and taking advantage of this important fact that Africa is important in the world politics today. They speak with one voice and they mainly aim to take a clear position on issues that would affect the entire continent. In that regard, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi had arrived earlier in the day in St. Petersburg in Russia in order to attend the second edition of the Russia-Africa Summit along with 49 countries, and this is mainly aiming to enhance mutual cooperation and reshape the diplomatic relations, rolling out ways in order to increase effectiveness of this sense of cooperation between Russia and Africa. This important Congress is going to be attended by heads of states and government, representatives of the vast majority of the African countries and international organizations, regional associations, also shedding light on how the summit can really offer beneficial opportunities for both Africa and Russia, and outlining the priority cooperation areas for the coming period. So we'll be reading about Africa-Russian relations and more. Stay tuned. His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi participates in the second Russia-Africa Summit, a very important forum. Mind you that actually the first Russia-Africa Summit was held earlier in Russia's Sochi city. That was in October of 2019, and it was during Egypt's presidency of the African Union. Let's watch.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi arrived in the Russian city of St. Petersburg to attend the second edition of the Africa-Russia Summit. President el-Sisi is also scheduled to hold summit talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin on the sidelines of the summit to probe bilateral ties in a number of regional and international issues of mutual concern. The discussions come within the framework of the close and distinguished ties that bind the two countries and their keenness to strengthen bilateral cooperation and continue intensive consultations on international and regional issues of common interest. Some African leaders arrived in Russia for the two-day summit, which Putin has billed as a major event that would help bolster ties with a continent of 1.3 billion people that is increasingly assertive on the global stage. Putin's foreign affairs advisor, Yuri Yushkov, said that while only 17 heads of state will attend Thursday's summit, 32 other African countries will be presented by senior government officials or ambassadors. A number of economic, trade and cultural activities, including the Economic and Humanitarian Forum, will also be held on the sidelines of the summit. The summit aims at supporting and deepening the distinguished and historical relations between the African continent and Russia. This in addition to enhancing consultation between the two sides on how to address common challenges, bearing in mind that the second edition is to include holding two plenary sessions and a final declaration is to be issued. Presidential spokesman Councillor Ahmed Fahmy said the Afro-Russian Summit was inaugurated in 2019 under the Egyptian presidency of the African Union. It is the second Russian-African Summit since 2019, which was held in the Russian city of Sochi under the Egyptian-Russian co-presidency.